We're joined also now by Simon Calder, travel correspondent at The Independent, live from Gare du Nord station in Paris to talk about why it's so sodding expensive to get a train here in the UK and rather more expensive than it is to get one in, say, Paris or anywhere else in the rest of Europe. Simon, how bad is it?
It's not nearly as bad as people say, actually. And I'm really quite cross, Julia, because I've been looking at the survey and I've, more to the point, asked the people behind it, an environmental group based in Brussels. Can I see your raw data, please? Because it doesn't look quite right to me.
This is a campaign group called Transport and Environment, and they've done this research. They say that sometimes train companies basically are charging almost, more than 2 times the price for a similar distance travel in the UK than they are, say, in the rest of Europe. And you're saying this isn't true? Yes.
Well, I've just, look, for example, this afternoon at 3:53, if you wanted to, lucky Julia, you could catch a train Avanti West Coast from London to Milton Keynes. Ooh. Now, according to the survey, this is going to cost you 75 quid. Yeah. Of course it isn't. It's going to cost you £17. And they have used what appears to be profoundly flawed data to do something. Look, it's really important that we talk about rail fares and how you can make them more affordable, and how actually an awful lot of people who are listening to you right now are driving around in cars. They never go near a train, and they are paying, thank you very much indeed, £400 per second to subsidise the railways. Yep. But it does everybody a disservice. First of all, it says British trains are really expensive. They can be. I mean, it can be horribly expensive to catch a train if you don't plan in advance and you want to travel.
Plan in advance.
I know, but if they want to, you can walk up. You can, right, for the 3:53 this afternoon, you can walk up at 3:52 and buy a ticket.
For 17 quid. So where have they got the 70? Where have they got the 75 quid from then?
I have absolutely
maybe they're first class
idea,
or something like that. Look, the key thing is, if there's more than one of you travelling, Simon, it's nearly always cheaper to travel by car than travel by train. And here's the thing, you might have a breakdown, there might be a problem on the motorway that holds you up, but the fundamental thing is you're not left stranded waiting for a cancelled train or a train that's massively delayed for hours and hours and then. I can't think of a single time when I've been travelling by train in the last couple of years when my plans haven't been disrupted, or families' plans. I lost about sort of 10 guests, the weekend to trains that were cancelled the weekend. Cars, people go by car because it's from A to B all the way and it's more reliable. I don't even think it's the cost so much.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, you've absolutely hit the nail on the head, Julia. Not for the first time, I dare say. But we have fundamental problems with railways in Britain, of which unreliability is probably the most significant. The fact that you simply feel you can't rely on the trains. The government has to tackle that. It can't keep saying, oh, it's those evil private companies running the railways. Absolutely not. Who actually runs the trains is irrelevant compared with the fact that you want to get from Bristol to London on a Sunday and you can't, partly because there's storms, partly because they haven't got enough drivers, because the drivers don't have to work on Sundays if they don't want to. And hey, it's getting near Christmas. Why do I want to go to work?
It's simply not a 21st century service anymore. Simon Calder, really appreciate you joining us from a very loud cafe by the sounds of it in Gare du Nord station in Paris.